Right, we're back again. We're working on the Riviera. Last time we finished up the driver's side lower control arm, and that wraps up the suspension on that side. Still got to do the brakes. Let's get the lower control arm on the passenger side taken care of next. And then we're going to move on to the brakes, and we're just going to keep plugging through the project. So, thanks for watching. We're going to get digging in here in just a second. This is becoming a familiar view. First up, we're going to get the shock absorber out, because that's the first thing we got to do. Get the spring compressed a little bit. Probably get the brake drum off so that way I can get the backing plate pulled away. Get everything pulled off, the sway bar, the locator bar, and I think that's about it. I mean, that's an oversimplification of this project. Believe me, it takes a little bit more effort than that, but we're going to dig into it. We know what we're doing from the other side. We're just going to get this thing knocked out pretty quick. Anyways, let me take a moment and show you what I found. This is the lower ball joint nut. Kind of petrified into place. It got rounded off just on this corner over here, as you can kind of see by the clean mark on the metal. Gonna have to get a little creative in getting this guy separated. Probably gonna have to resort to the infamous vice grips. So stand by, we'll get it free. Alright guys, I learned a pretty interesting trick just now. So as it turns out, this backing plate is held in by 3 bolts. You got 1, 2, and 3. Now, what I just found is if you take this guy, clear out, everything stays in place, except for the bolt you drop, and this guy can just slide away free, and you can dangle it, only if you're replacing the brake lines. I know that's not something you necessarily want to do if you're not going to replace the brake line, but you know, hey, look at all that access we got. Now that lower control arm can come totally free. Let's get that off. Let's get it start cleaning up, because that's going to be a long, nasty process like it was on the last one. We're back in the press. Let's get that lower ball joint pushed out. And just like that, through the magic of video, the control arm is black. I've got the new ball joint in place. I've got this thing ready to push the ball joint in. Let's get cranking. That's going to take a minute. This should walk right in. I've already greased the bore just a little bit, so that way the bushing has plenty of lubrication, and that way it helps prevent future corrosion. Let's crank. All right, so we got the bushing out. Didn't get a good video of it. You were pretty much just looking at my back, and then the camera goes flop and you're looking at the ceiling. So not so good. Anyways, got the old bushing out. I've got the new bushing right here. We're going to grease up that hole with a little bit of grease, and we're going to push this guy in largely the same way it came out. I've got my trusty 1/2-inch bolt. I've got a handful of bits and pieces. Got my stack of washers. We're just going to pop that thing right in. that, the lower control arm is installed and the suspension is technically rebuilt. Now, yeah, I still have the drum off and the backing plate, but there's a method to my madness. We have to change off the brake hose and do the drums. I'm probably going to take everything apart, clean it up, then put it back together. So having it off the car kind of makes a little bit of sense. Yeah, I realize the spindle's a mess. I'll clean that up, sensibly, because this is going to be a driver after all. It's not ever going to be perfectly clean. So clean that up. I'll take the drum. I'll probably put it on the bench and rebuild it on the bench. I'm not sure. It's time for me to go crack open a book. Yeah, one of those paper things that you keep in closets and they kind of stack vertically. You know the ones I'm talking about. I'm going to go grab the original service manual for the car. I'm going to pour into that a little bit because I'm not a drum brake expert. I know enough to be dangerous, but frankly, I don't want dangerous. I want this to be safe. So after I get the drum brakes rebuilt, I'm going to go through and grease everything because I've still got the steering linkages removed off the back of the spindle. And that's got the tie rod on it. And frankly, let's just do this all in one fell swoop. Anything needs to be greased will get greased. So we're going to start on the front drums, then all the way back at the rear drums, and then the archaic single pot master cylinder is going to get replaced with a single pot master cylinder. Taking life into our own hands. Anyways, so thanks for watching, guys. That concludes the suspension rebuild. Now it's on to the brakes. So see you next time after a break.